My name is Rachel, and I am 22 years old. If you were to ask me where my life stands, I would say it's at a strange crossroads, where dreams exist, but reality keeps them suppressed. Every morning, I go to the office at 9, come home exhausted in the evening, and my life has been the same ever since. Living for others and collecting only tiny moments for myself. I remember a moment 2 weeks ago, during a family video call. I suggested something simple. Why don't we all go on a small family trip together? My mother immediately frowned and said, "We don't have the time or money, Rachel." My heart sank. I looked at my brother, Matt, and he just laughed. There was something in his laughter that always stabbed me in the veins, hidden bitterness. I tried to act like everything was fine, laughed it off, and said, "Okay, no problem." But inside, my heart was screaming. That was the moment I first realized that my love and sacrifice had always been taken for granted, and my happiness was always secondary. I decided to plan my own journey. Cheap tickets to New York, some pocket money, and credit card points. I told myself it would all be fine. I would just be happy. But as life often does, reality was far harsher than my expectations. When I reached the airport, standing in the economy line, I looked back, and there they were. My mother, Matt, his wife and kids, sitting in first class, happy and carefree, as if money had never been an issue. The same brother who said, "You're too expensive. Stay home," was now enjoying the best seats on the flight with his children. I stayed silent, my eyes full of questions, my heart full of bitterness, but no words came out. That moment, when reality stared me in the face, became the biggest awakening of my life. 2 weeks later, I decided I would no longer balance other people's problems. I opened my banking app, checked my funds, and thought, this is my life, and I am going to live it for myself now. I told my mother, I am no longer responsible for anyone's bills or emergencies. This is my life, and I will pursue my own dreams. Silence fell over the phone, then my brother called, furious. "How can you do this? What about Mom and Dad?" I calmly replied, "I have always been the solution to your problems. But now that ends. If you can afford first-class tickets, handle everything else yourself." That day marked the beginning of my new journey, thinking for myself, living for my dreams, taking control of my own life. It was the first step, and I knew harder moments awaited me. But at that moment, I felt a sense of self-belief I had never known. This was only the beginning, and this beginning was the first root of my freedom. Booking my flight tickets brought an odd mix of excitement and fear. Excitement, because for the first time, I was truly taking a step for my life. Fear, because I was completely alone in a new world, without any support. When I arrived at New York's International Airport, the city's lights and noise immediately engulfed me. I held my bag and started seeing everything from a new perspective. People were in a hurry everywhere, immersed in their own lives, and every face told a story, some of joy, some of struggle, some lost in solitude. Like me. I thought, here, I am just Rachel, not anyone's daughter or sister, and this is freedom. I rented a small studio apartment to live in. Simple, but mine. For the first time, I had a space of my own, and I felt that this little room was my small kingdom of selfhood. The initial days were tough. The city was big, people were fast-paced, and everything was expensive. I reminded myself that it was temporary, and decided to see every difficulty as an experience. I made my own breakfast, planned my budget, and kept myself busy with small tasks to reduce the feeling of loneliness. One day, sitting in the park, I watched people. Children were playing, couples walking hand in hand, and some people were silently absorbed in their phones. I thought, everyone here is living their life, and now it's my turn. In that park, I first realized that I could do something just for myself. I took out a small notebook and began writing. From today, my life is mine. I will pursue my dreams, I will create my own happiness, and I will prove that Rachel, Rachel is in control of her life. But New York is never easy. Challenges lurk around every corner: finding a job, connecting with new people, and most importantly, staying true to my identity. I started job hunting immediately, but every interview reminded me how competitive this city was. Many times, I wondered if I was truly ready for all of this. The first week passed, and I was tired but determined. I set small goals for myself. Visit at least one new place every day. Meet at least one new person every day. Write daily reflections in my notebook. These small goals made me feel alive. And I knew that as days went by, not only would I explore New York, but I would also discover the strength within myself. The first month in New York ended. I had adapted to the city's lights, the crowds, and its fast pace. Every day brought a new lesson, every night a new hope. But I did not yet know that life had prepared an unexpected twist for me. That day began like any other. I had finished my usual work and was heading to the park to write my daily reflections. But in the middle of the park, a man's gaze fell upon me, and instantly I felt something unusual. There was a strange light in his eyes, as if he knew my story, and perhaps, for the first time, I realized that someone understood the state inside me. He was smiling, but a secret was hidden in that smile. I thought, who is this? Is it just a coincidence? Or is life trying to tell me something? My heart began to race. I took a step forward, and our eyes met. He said, "Rachel?" My breath caught. I asked in surprise, "You know me?" He nodded slightly and said, "Perhaps you don't know, but I am the one who is about to become a part of your life and an important part of your story." For a moment, I tried to steady myself. It all felt surreal, but an inner strength compelled me to speak. "If you really know about me, then tell me why and how." He was silent for a moment, then said, "Everything has its time, Rachel. But remember, every decision, every step, will lead you to your true destination. I am only here to guide you." I realized that my world was about to change. The lights of New York, the crowds, all seemed ordinary now. A new path lay before me, a new challenge, and perhaps a new love. That moment, I knew the real journey of my story had begun. And what was coming next would not only change my life, but also shape me into the Rachel I had always wanted to be: strong, independent, and fearless. That night, I kept thinking about the man who appeared before me. His words echoed in my mind. "Every decision, every step, will lead you to your true destination." The next day, I looked out of my apartment window. Among the lights of New York, I realized life was no longer limited to routines and work. This city, its people, and these new faces, they would all add new colors to my story. Then, he appeared before me again. This time, not silently, but with purpose. He said, "Rachel, what you have understood so far is only the surface. The real story is what you have not yet seen." I asked, "What story? And why are you part of it?" He touched my hand lightly, and in that moment, I felt an unusual calm. Then he said, "The secrets of your family, the hidden truths of your past, all of it will soon be before you. And I am here so you can face everything." My heart was racing. I was scared, yet an inner strength was preparing me. I knew this moment was the turning point of my life. I said softly, "Then I need to know everything. Everything." He smiled and said, "Exactly, Rachel. But remember, after every truth comes a challenge, and every challenge will shape you into the Rachel you wish to become." And so, I began a new chapter of my story. A chapter filled with secrets, truths, and unbelievable twists. I was ready despite every fear, despite every doubt, and ready for every answer. Eventually, I found the place where my family's old documents were hidden. My heart was restless, yet excited. These documents not only revealed my family's stories, but also unveiled the strength within me that I had never realized. And then, he appeared again, but now not just as a guide. He reflected my own inner strength. He said, "Rachel, you've seen everything that was hidden. Now the decision is in your hands. What kind of life do you want to lead?" I took a deep breath and replied, "I want to be free from my fears, my doubts, and the web of my past. I want to live a life that I choose." In that moment, I realized that every secret, every challenge, and every difficulty had made me stronger. I understood my family's truths and fully embraced my own identity. Then he smiled and disappeared, as if he had always come to teach a lesson. I looked outside New York's lights, life's vibrancy, the hustle of people, and my newfound sense of freedom. I said to myself, "Now I will write my own story. No fear, no doubt, only truth, courage, and hope." And so, the final chapter of my story ended, but the new journey of my life had just begun. Each day is a new opportunity, each moment a new lesson, and every decision a new path. I am Rachel, and this is my story. A story full of secrets, truths, fears, and ultimately, freedom.